Hello and welcome to all viewers in Nigeria around the world to meet the news on global television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Edikan Michael. A quick reminder that global television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nicom SARS. The Nigerian Senate has refuted rumors making round that the Senate of the 10th Assembly is plotting to impeach the President of the Senate. A resident of the Senate Council of Babio homered this done while reacting to an online publication in Abuja dismissed the rumor as baseless. Shaunaje completes the story. We'll bring that very shortly. Now, away from that, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has called for greater collaboration between the military and educational institutions to address Nigeria's security challenges. General Christopher Musa homered this known during a visit to the Tertiary Education Trust Fund in Abuja, emphasized the role of education in fostering security solutions. Jumai Manson has a story.
The visit focused on enhancing partnerships to leverage research and innovation in tackling security issues. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, commended TETFund's effort in supporting education and stressed that a combined approach using both military force and education is critical for lasting peace.
Innovations being done by TETFund, and I think it's very, very remarkable. It's something that we hold very dear, and we appreciate you quite very well. Especially in our institutions too, we have equally benefited a lot from there. We know more will be coming because we know you not let us go like that. With education, people cannot be enslaved. With education, there will be awareness and enlightenment. Most of the issues, of course, just some of the challenges we have with insecurity are caused by illiteracy. People being manipulated by some individuals, and because they don't have a good enlightenment, they'll be able to understand that, look, they are being used and they will not allow themselves to be used.
TETFund's Executive Secretary, Sonny Achono, highlighted the military's contribution to technological advancements and invited them to the upcoming National Research Fair to showcase their innovations.
The contributions of the military, indeed, we know it is not just here, because most of the advances in technology today that we enjoy and take for granted actually originate from military science. So we see this opportunity again to renew our invitation to the military to participate at the fair. Participation for all Nigerians, including our schools, and the military will come at no cost to the participants.
The visit marks a straightened commitment to collaboration in finding solutions to Nigeria's security challenges. For Global Television, Jumai Manson reporting.
And now let's turn back to the Senate as senators reacted to the rumors making round that the Senate of the 10th Assembly is plotting to impeach the President of the Senate. Sharon J. completes the report.
Godswill Akpabio alleged that there are underground moves to remove him from office, adding that there is no end to the manipulation of social media by people with ulterior motives. It described such reports as fake and should be disregarded. Akpabio therefore asked the Senate Committee on Special Duties to investigate the matter and report back as soon as possible.
There is no limit to social media. And we are here sitting down and doing our work very peacefully, oblivious of the mischief that is going on behind us. It's part of what we pass through on a daily basis. It's either they use AI to inject something to turn it around in order to drive traffic. I understand that they are being paid by YouTube if they have a lot of traffic. So whoever brought out this fake news must be getting a lot of payment because of the traffic going on. But I hope the public is aware that this is total fake news and that the chamber is very stable and the issue of impeachment does not come in. So, Kaka, please investigate.
The publication has alleged that the operatives of the Department of State Services, DSS, have taken over the National Assembly complex to stop the rumored impeachment moves. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
And now let's move to Kogi State, as the National Emergency Management Agency has deployed its emergency response team to Kogi State following the flooding of several communities in the state. According to a statement by the agency, this move aims to help proactively monitor the flood situation across the country. The statement noted that the team comprises staff specialized in search and rescue operations who will provide technical support to the Kogi State Emergency Management Agency and all the stakeholders conducting rescue and evacuation operations, as well as assessment in the affected communities. The Director General of National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Yushua Hamid, has expressed appreciation to the Nigerian Communication Satellite under the leadership of its Managing Director, Engineer Nkechi Jain, for the agency's willingness to support the NYC television station with services that will upgrade the quality of its broadcast. General Hamid said the gesture will be accorded every necessary support from the scheme. Our Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, says that the increase in Nigeria's revenue recorded in 2024 fiscal year is being strategically allocated to various social intervention programs and at improving the living standards of citizens addressing pressing societal needs. Speaking at the panel session titled during the 30th Nigeria Economic Summit in Abuja, Edun said the increased revenue is primarily being used to finance social programs focused on mitigating the impact of essential but challenging reforms that have affected the cost of living. The minister noted that the social investment program is targeted at impacting 60% of the poorest, reaching 20 million persons. He also revealed a comprehensive proposed agenda for economic reforms, which aims to reduce inflation, create jobs, and stimulate growth in key sectors of the economy. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Betukun, says no fewer than 10,852 suspects were arrested between July and October 2024. He disclosed this during a strategic meeting with commissioners of police and other senior officers in Abuja. Kikole Makare completes the report.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Betukun, says the statistics indicate a substantial decrease in crime rate in the key areas, including significant strides in combating violence crimes such as banditry, kidnapping, armed robbery, and cybercrime. He noted that from July to October this year, the Nigerian Police Force has rescued 369 kidnapped victims, recovered 416 firearms of various makes, retrieved 178 vehicles, and seized 3,672 rounds of ammunition of different caliber.
Foster a safe and secure environment for all Nigerians, thereby reinforcing the trust that is fundamental to our effectiveness. We must build on the progress we have made in addressing security concerns across our nation. Over the past few months, the force has significantly enhanced the safety and security of the country.
Speaking on the forthcoming off-cycle election in Ondo State, the police chief urged the senior officers to replicate and build upon the successes recorded in Edo State election. He further stated that patrols will be increased and other measures will be put in place to ensure the security of lives and properties throughout Ember Month.
In the country's internal security framework is vital. We must lead by example. With the upcoming off-cycle gubernatorial election in Ondo State, the local government council elections nationwide, and the challenges of the current Ember months, our vigilance and commitment to enhance security are paramount. Together, let's strive to foster a safe and secure environment for all Nigerians.
As the festive season approached, the Inspector General of Police further urged the senior officers to intensify efforts to secure all areas, particularly urban and semi-urban centers, major highways, as well as to collaborate effectively with other security agencies and stakeholders to bolster security nationwide. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
More on the Midday News, the federal government has appointed the Pro-Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Dr. Mahmoud Ahmed, as the chairman of the 2009 Federal Government Renegotiation Committee with university-based staff. The inauguration of the committee, which is a fourth in 7 years, took place in Abuja. It reported that the federal government will inaugurate the fourth renegotiation committee to discuss the demands of the academic staff union of universities. Meanwhile, the Joint Action Committee of the Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Universities and allied institutions have strongly condemned the inauguration of the renegotiation committee set up by the federal government. The committee inaugurated in Abuja is tasked with renegotiating the 2009 agreement between the government and university-based unions. In a joint statement signed by the SANU President Mohammed Ibrahim and NASU counterpart Peter Zadeyemi, the unions described the event as a charade, accusing the government of prioritizing the academic staff union of universities while sidelining other unions. And now back to the National Assembly. Senator representing Kano South, Smila Kawu, has advocated that elective and appointed political office holders be subjected to drug tests before assuming office. Contributing to a debate on the floor of the Senate in Abuja, Senator Kawu alleged that political leaders buy drugs for their supporters during elections. Queen Ageba has the details.
Senator representing Kano South, Sumaila Kawu, alleged that most security operatives are drug peddlers. Senator Kawu added that the Hydra-headed problem of drug trafficking and consumption has eaten deep into the fabric of the society.
I am happy if all of us can swear with the Holy Quran that they are not in any way in support of drug abuses or intoxicating use in their constituency to take drugs for their political. And Mr. President, we need, whether we are allowing this bill to continue to have an agency or we are strengthening LDE, we need to create a situation where before contesting election or before taking appointment at whatever in government level, you must go for drugs test.
Senator Rufai Sani, representing Kano Central, made declaration in a debate on a bill to establish a National Institute for Drug Awareness and Rehabilitation to coordinate and promote awareness, prevent substance abuse, and facilitate the rehabilitation of drug users.
Is to raise public awareness about the dangers of drug abuse and illicit drugs, drug trafficking, conduct research and collect data to develop effective strategies for drug abuse prevention and rehabilitation.
In their contributions, Senators Sarah K. Dixon and Adams Oshomole strongly opposed the establishment of a new agency to tackle the problem of drug abuse, especially with the existence of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. While Senator Dixon alluded that drug consumption has fueled crimes and criminality in Nigeria, Oshomole says it is important to strengthen the act establishing the NDLEA to deal with the problems raised by their colleagues.
I agree we must deal decisively with drug-related issues, but I am not convinced that we need to establish yet another agencies that will be competing with the NDLEA. Thank you, Mr. President.
After a heated debate, the bill scaled second reading after a voice vote coordinated by the Deputy President of the Senate, Jibrin Barao, and referred it to the Committee on Drugs and Narcotics to report back in 4 weeks.
To establish a National Institute for Drug Awareness and Rehabilitation to coordinate efforts in promoting drug awareness, preventing substance abuse, and facilitating rehabilitation of drug users, and for related matters, 2024 second reading taken.
However, several of the speakers admitted that drug abuse has become a serious concern across Nigeria that requires very urgent measures by all stakeholders. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
Many thanks, Queen Agaba. You're watching the Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When Midday News returns, new assisted dying bill introduced United Kingdom Parliament. Details of these and more after this short break. Please stay with us.
Are you experienced in marketing for a television channel? Then This is your chance to join a fast-moving television station based in Abuja with presence on DSTV. If you're interested in working with us, send your CV to hr@globaltvabuja.com. For inquiries, 091-6044-2536. Application closes on Friday, 25th October 2024. Signed, Announcer.
Many thanks for sister with us on Midday News. Now to business. The House of Representatives has urged the federal government to urgently transmit the medium-term expenditure framework to the National Assembly to allow lawmakers ample time to work on the 2025 appropriation bill. This is as the lawmakers drawn across party affiliations express displeasure at the practice of delayed presentation of annual budget proposals to the parliament, leaving the lawmakers with little time to do a good job. The resolution of the House followed the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance moved by Clement Jimbo. And more on the business, the federal government told the transmission company of Nigeria says it will investigate the cause of the multiple power grid collapses that occurred on Monday and Tuesday this week. Our Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, says there was no such thing as grid collapse, but a trip off. The transmission company of Nigeria says the national grid experienced what it called the partial disturbance on Monday, noting that efforts to fully recover the grid was still ongoing. On the foreign scene, the Israel Defense Forces have confirmed that they have hit a laboratory in southern Lebanon. 5 people were killed by airstrikes, including the city mayor. The targets include the terrorist infrastructure sites, the Hezbollah command centers, and weapons storage facilities, which were embedded by the Hezbollah adjacent to the civilian infrastructure, exploiting the civilian population as a human shield. And in the meantime, the United States has written to Israel giving it 30 days to boost humanitarian aid access in Gaza or risks having some U.S. military assistance cut off. The latest sentence amounts to the strongest known written warning from the U.S. to its ally and comes amid a new Israeli offensive in northern Gaza that has reportedly caused a large number of civilian casualties. It says the U.S. has deep concerns about the deteriorating humanitarian situation, adding that Israel denied or impeded in nearly 90% of humanitarian movements between the north and the south last month. And out of sports, the Libyan Football Federation has vehemently said that Nigeria should be held responsible for the abandoned Africa Cup of Nations qualifier in Benghazi after the Super Eagles refused to honor the match over maltreatment by Libyan authorities on arriving in the country. In a video posted by the Eagles media team, the players and officials were left stranded with their luggage at the airport, with the Libyan airport officials indifferent to their plight and conversing in Arabic. Now, Thomas Tuchel has been named the England's new manager, with Germany set to start on January 1st, 2025. Our English Football Association says the Tuchel will be assisted by international renowned English coach Anthony Barry. Now, the size of Midday News coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365, start times 276, and free to air on Nicomsat. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using Global TV NG and other handles now shown on the screen. I'm Midday Michael. Many thanks for watching. See you again.